Altron, we support and we respect the information regulators' drive for protection of personal information. It's reflected in our values, it's reflected in the way we do business, the way we respect customers, suppliers, employees, and the way that we respect the data that we deal with. Now, as part of that response, and you mentioned something around incident and breach, there's certain core processes that are absolutely important in order to respond adequately to POPIA. Debbie, I'd like to possibly put the next question through to you. So in terms of our response, we've placed a very key focus on some core processes in terms of data subject requests. If someone comes to us and asks us for information or what personal information we have on file, if we do have an incident or we do have a breach, we've got those processes in place. We've integrated them with our service desks, etc. Could I ask you maybe just to talk a little bit around some of those processes we've got in place to respond?
Sure, thanks, Shane. I think you're so 100% correct. This is probably one of those areas that we've really said this is our key in terms of being able to give the comfort to both our employees, our partners, and our customers. Is if you ask for something, so if you have a request for your own data, if you ask us to, opt you out of any information that we're sending through to you, if you request a deletion, the question is how are we going to manage that? And I think that that's really been the piece that we've grappled with and said, when we look across Altron, we have multiple systems. So we've really done a full inventory of where does our personal information sit. We've started bottom up and said, when we look at our personal information systems, are we able to extract the data we need? Are we able to run the scripts we need to run? So we've had to take each system in isolation and say, can we address a data subject request? Can we address a data deletion request? Can we address an opt-out request, an opt-in request at each of our layers of our system? So we really had to go within each of our operations, look at all our systems, inventory all our systems, understand which ones have had personal information in, and then within each of those said, can we address that request within that system? Then after that, we've said, when a customer or a partner or even an employee makes a request, they're not necessarily going to even know where their data is sitting across all of our environments. So now we've had to put overarching on that is a integrated platform that allows us to say, okay, this is the customer, this is what they're requesting, and then be able to identify which systems, which operations could they have been dealing with, where would that data be sitting, and then are we able to then extract that data out of each system in order to be able to go and give back to our customer the information that they need. So we've had to kind of start bottom up, but then we've layered in an integrated platform to allow us to say we still need to be able to go back to the customer with one voice, so we're able to aggregate all that data and look through it. And I think that really has been one of those key focuses around the service desks. We've integrated the service desks and to ensure that we're able to go back to the customer with one response across our organization. But, this is something we're dealing with daily. It's probably one of those key kind of pivotal areas that we're dealing with. We've identified the systems, we're busy integrating those systems, and obviously this is one area where, again, to what Andrew was saying, this is not just a one point for us, this is such a useful tool. Once we're integrated, although POPIA might have been the trigger that actually got us to really look at this, what we're able to do now is actually say, hang on, we've got an integrated process. And so we're very encouraged, and we know we're actually going to be able to support our customers even better, not just with data subject requests, not just with deletion requests, not just with opt-in, but across the ecosystem, to the point that Andrew raised about analytics. Now that we've aggregated and integrated our systems, we're going to be able to better service our customers, better understand our customers, better deliver to our customers across the multitude of their incidents and their requests, even outside of data subjects. So I think, for me, that's the power of the technology. The trigger may have been POPIA, but the platform that we're going to put in is going to be so much more pervasive than just addressing POPIA. And so for us, it's really been worth it to kind of go in and look at that environment.
Great, thanks for that reply, Debbie.